She had no idea he was coming. It was supposed to be a beautiful day, the kind of memory a child keeps for a lifetime. Balloons floated above pastel-colored tables. Cartoon decorations framed every corner. And the cake looked like it had been pulled straight from a fantasy storybook. Tiana Taylor had poured her heart into planning her daughter's birthday, determined to give her a celebration filled with laughter and love. For a while, it was just that. Her daughter beamed in her princess outfit, surrounded by friends, while Tiana moved from guest to guest, all smiles, snapping pictures, and posting proud little moments on social media. But in between the laughter, Tiana kept checking her phone. Her expression would tighten for just a second before she forced another smile. People noticed. Whispers spread. Something wasn't right. And then the music cut. No warning, no announcement, just silence. Conversation stopped mid-sentence. Heads turned. Standing in the entrance like a storm cloud rolling in was Iman Shumpert. He wasn't invited, and Tiana didn't expect him. He didn't hesitate. His eyes scanned the room until they found her. Tiana froze. Her face dropped. The joy that had lit her up minutes ago was gone. Just like that. Guests stood awkwardly, unsure of what was happening, but knowing something was very, very wrong. Security noticed too. No one moved. Not yet. He walked up to her and said quietly but firmly, "We need to talk." Tiana didn't flinch. Her voice cracked, but her words were clear. "Not here, not now." You could feel the weight in the room shift. This wasn't just an awkward moment between exes. This was pain. A deep, raw hurt that had been simmering for months, maybe longer. Phones came out. Cameras rolled. And in a moment, the birthday party turned into a public heartbreak. Tiana's voice shook as she raised it, asking him to leave. She reminded him, this day wasn't about them. "This is her birthday," she said, holding back tears. "You don't get to take this from her." Iman didn't yell, he didn't argue, but his silence wasn't peaceful, it was heavy. He stood still, visibly upset, hands clenched at his sides. At one point he reached toward her, maybe an apology. She pulled back. Then she did what mothers do when they have no words left. She scooped up her daughter and held her close. Tears streamed down her face as she walked out, leaving behind the party she had spent weeks planning, and the people still recording it all. What had started as a child's magical birthday had shifted into something no one would forget. The music never came back on. The guests stood in stunned silence. The kids, confused, looked to the adults for clues about what just happened. Online, the story erupted. Within hours, clips of the confrontation flooded Instagram and TikTok. Twitter was on fire with hashtags. Reactions, rewinds, and commentary piled up. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone took a side. Some saw Tiana as the embodiment of strength, a mother shielding her child from chaos. Others felt conflicted, wondering if Iman had just chosen the worst possible moment to try and make something right. But then, professionals started chiming in. This wasn't just celebrity drama anymore. Therapists, coaches, and mental health advocates started dissecting every frame. Tiana's body language, her trembling voice, the quiet desperation, none of it looked rehearsed. It looked like a woman at the edge. In one video caught by someone standing nearby, she's heard saying, "He didn't even ask." That single line added a new dimension to the moment. This wasn't pre-planned. There was no heads up, no co-parenting conversation, just an uninvited appearance, and a woman left to hold herself together in front of dozens of guests and hundreds of thousands of strangers online. And just like that, the speculation took off. Why did Iman come? Was it to reconnect? To apologize? To see his daughter? Or was it about control? About showing up, being seen, and rewriting the narrative on his own terms? People close to the couple started speaking anonymously. One source claimed Iman had been feeling isolated, no longer part of the family. and made a desperate move to push himself back in. Another source wasn't so kind. They believed it wasn't about love at all. It was pride, ego, image. He didn't care that he wasn't invited. He wanted to be the headline. For days, social media stayed lit up. New angles surfaced. More whispers came out. Teyana remained silent, but her silence didn't go unnoticed. It made everything feel more real, more fragile. Fans began wondering if she would speak out, maybe in a podcast, maybe a heartfelt video. Teyana has always told stories through her art, and many believe she's documenting this behind the scenes. What if this whole moment, this crash, this breakdown, was just one chapter of a story she's preparing to tell in full? As for Iman, people are still waiting for a statement, waiting for a reason. Some expect an apology, others an excuse. But so far, nothing. The only thing everyone agrees on is this: something deeper is going on. This wasn't a single incident. It felt like the explosion after months of tension, miscommunication, missteps, missed birthdays perhaps, missed chances. It's easy to forget that in the middle of all of this is a little girl. She didn't ask for a party filled with whispers and heartbreak. She didn't ask for adults to stop dancing, for laughter to turn into silence, or for her special day to become a trending moment. And that's what's so hard to watch, because no matter whose side you're on, the one who paid the highest price didn't post anything. She just wanted a birthday and got a memory she might never fully understand. People say fame comes with a price, but for Tiana and Iman, that price wasn't clicks or comments. It was innocence lost. No filters, no edits, just raw emotion caught in real time. And the story's not over. More clips might drop. More truths may surface. Maybe Tiana speaks. Maybe Iman finally explains. Maybe we'll see both of them sit down side by side, trying to tell their truth in a world that only wants drama. Or maybe nothing. Maybe this moment fades into the background of the internet's next obsession. But for those who were in that room, and for the millions who watched from their screens, it won't be forgotten. Because that day wasn't just about a party. It was about what happens when private pain spills into the public eye. So now the question is, where do you stand? Are you with the mother who tried to hold it all together? Or the father who showed up anyway? Team Teyana or Team Iman? Let us know, because this isn't just about who's right or wrong. It's about what happens when real life becomes a spectacle, and no one walks away unscathed.